The prompt to this question says that the scientist's reasoning is vulnerable to which one of the following criticisms. So we're asking you what is wrong or what's the flaw in the scientist's argument. So we have a flaw question. Welcome to the most screwed up study in the history of the LSAT. Here's what we did in this one. We took little young barn owls, like cute little guys. They're so young, they literally haven't even opened their eyes yet. And what we do is we strap on some distorting lenses, because that's nice. So all of a sudden, you're a little barn owl hanging out. You're like, hey, I'd like to check out the world. You open your eyes, and these distorting lenses make the world look like you've entered Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, it's crazy. Your mom looks like a dragon. The trees are like candy canes. There's a chocolate river. And to add to that, all of your sounds are screwed up. You're trying to find the little Oompa Loompa who's singing to you or something like that, and you keep thinking that it's farther to the right than it actually is. So you as a little barn owl keep chasing these sounds that aren't really there. You're turning around in circles, literally going crazy, and all of a sudden the researchers decide, hey, now we'll just take off the lenses. Bad news, that doesn't fix anything. So all of a sudden these barn owls are still turning in crazy circles. It's just no good. Now from all of this, you know what we conclude? We conclude that these owls go strictly by their auditory signals, aka the ones that got screwed up, and they ignore their visual cues. You might have noted it's a somewhat interesting conclusion that they actually draw here. Let's walk through the situation one more time and see if we can figure out what's wrong with this argument. So we have these poor little barn owls, distorting lenses on, sure. Now, they can't use their auditory cues very well. They keep thinking things are farther to the right than they actually are. But you're kind of like, yeah, they have crazy person glasses on, so, you know, let's forgive them for that. But then we take the glasses off and you would kind of expect them to fix that, you know, like use their vision, be like, oh, wow, I'm looking a little bit crazy here. That thing I'm looking for is actually right in front of me. But they don't. They keep thinking it's farther to the right. And so this argument goes on to conclude that even though they have that conflicting information, sounds tell me it's one place, vision tells me it's somewhere else, they go with the auditory cues and skip over the visual cues. But there's something else that could have happened here if you think about it. Namely, these barn owls have been wearing distorted glasses ever since they first opened their eyes. And maybe that's not good for you. So maybe when they take the glasses off, they're not getting conflicting information at all. Maybe, just maybe, their vision got screwed up, and just along with the sound, they not only hear the sound farther to the right, they see the thing farther to the right. So we've really screwed up these barn owls. Answer choice A outlines this fallacy. It says the argument fails to consider that the owl's vision was permanently impaired when we were strapping on those distorting lenses while they were immature. Maybe it screwed up their vision and they're just not getting good visual cues even when the glasses come off. Answer choice B says it assumes something about the vision of all owls, but in the stimulus you'll note we're only talking about barn owls, so the fallacy could never have anything to do with all owls. In a twist, answer choice C actually says that it attributes human reasoning to a non-human species. And you're like, no, it doesn't. It actually doesn't say that owls think like humans at all. Rather, it's just talking about some crazy owl wearing crazy glasses. So answer choice C goes away pretty quickly. Answer choice D should be knocked out as soon as you see the phrase other bird species, because here all we really care about are the barn owls, and whether these distorting lenses really screw with other birds or they don't doesn't affect our conclusion. Answer choice E actually says that it uses an experiment that's irrelevant to the conclusion, but you would think that the experiment that they cite is actually highly relevant to the conclusion. Just because they draw some conclusions that aren't warranted from that experiment doesn't mean that it's irrelevant.